Greetings, Minecrafters, Nonsanity here, and welcome to episode 2 on the DeVinci server. Today I'm going to pick up right where I left off, because I got interrupted by some of the problems we were having in the pack, but we've made some updates, made a few changes, everything should be good now. So, let's get started. When we last left off, I could not put any fuel in here. So we've got our water and our heavy water, and everything should be, maxed out here. Yep. Power is maxed out. We just need to get the fuel in there. So, the problem was the uranium ore could not be converted to anything else. We've got a change, so this ore can be pulverized in a pulverizer from thermal expansion, which I don't have yet. But it will turn it into Uranium dust, and that can be turned into Uranium ingots. But I've since added a craft whereby I can take, let me get my HUD back here, Uranium ingots. These were taken from actually Uranium ore, and they can be converted to uranium. So we can get around the problem, even though, this still can't be put in a regular furnace. I couldn't get that to work, but we've got this. So, I should also have some more uranium here, just get all of it. Run over here to this guy, and toss one piece in. There's two other things we need. I got rid of all the chests I had up here, and using this, a multi-page chest from the multi-page chest mod. It's pretty nice. It's a little expensive to make, it does take 4 diamonds. I think I had 20, so I was alright. I could spend it on this, because this gives you a nice big chest, but not only that, there are 5 pages. Quite a lot of storage, and you can, sort a little bit. So instead of having those 6, medium to large size chests, I have this one chest with 5 very large compartments. So, what I need out of here is a flux duct. And I do not have a lever ready, do I? I do not. So let's make a lever. Just go ahead and make 4, because I'll need levers eventually in the future. I'm running short of my usual cobble supply. There we go. Alright, I forgot this piece of flux duct last time. I need to get the power out somehow. I'll put the lever here on the back. This thing, not 2 levers. Because this thing does need, as it says here, needs redstone signal. So, should we give it a try? Is there anything in the conduit? Yeah, the conduit's completely full because this thing is probably completely full. Should we make a new cell so we can actually see the power being generated? I guess we should. Let me pop this one off. And this time we'll do a different sort of storage medium. We've got a storm going on here. We'll go with the Ender IO. Start with the basic. These can be upgraded, can't they? Yes, they can be upgraded. Just have to have 2 of them. And some other parts. So that's okay. We'll go with the basic for now. So I'll need 4 copper, a bunch of gold, redstone. Oh. That should not be set to... I just switched from using multi-MC to Technic, and it put me in cheat mode. Alright, so now I should be able to get the recipe. There we go. So, 4 and redstone and iron. Okay, let me gather the things. I'll be right back. Okay, I've slept through the storm, so that shouldn't be a background noise anymore. Alright, we need to do the 4 capacitors. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those go around, the redstone, some iron, capacitor bank. Alright. So let's plop that down. That's going to start powering up. That holds a lot more power. So this should drain soon. Has not started draining, according to Wayla. It's only coming... Oh, okay, I probably need to tell it this is an input. That's an input. There we go. This should be draining. Okay, it's completely drained. Alright. And what I'll do is I will break it off here so we can see just how much power. Where's the power coming from here? Is this on? No? Oh, this thing. Yeah, let me break this. Let me drain it out again. Gotta do our scientific tests here. Okay, 0. Still 0? It's got a little bit, but that's alright. It's steady at 9600. Switch it on. There it goes. Wow, it's doing more than this flux duct can even handle, by the look of it. So let's hook it back up over here. I can go ahead and hook that up too. Get everything running at once. Whoa, yeah, that's so much better. Look at that go. It's doing more than 1,000 a second. That's not bad for starter power. Not shabby at all. And I think I did just put one in there. Yeah, I put in 1 ingot. And this is going down very slowly. And I think if I calculated it right, it's like 80 minutes. So almost an hour and a half per ingot. And it will stop when the power system is full. It will stop consuming. This will shut down. It'll stop glowing. And it'll stop consuming anything. So it doesn't waste any fuel. So I think, look at that. This holds a whole lot more power too. This holds 1 million. Whereas this guy, let's hover over him, he only holds, what says it holds 2 million? And this only holds 1 million. I thought this held less. No, okay, this does hold more. This is the tier 2. So I can upgrade this too. I mean, these do upgrade better. But this is the basic one, so that's not bad. But it will be full in just a few moments, far before it finishes that first ingot. So I think we've got very good power here. Alright. Actually, I want to put power cell over here. Let me get some more conduit. So it's time to start making some more machines to use this power. And I'm going to be running the power out the back, probably. I'll have to make more of this. But I'll run a line over here, and I'll put the machines against it. So that will work pretty well. And this will just be backup power over here. Alright, I will be right back with the next step in our master plan to explore all the things. Alright, I made a pulverizer, set this side to output, put it down there. It powers up. I actually did just place it because my microphone was muted. I might need a hopper up here actually. Come back here. For now I can just toss in the uranium. And it will be output to Uranium dust. Uranium dust can come over here. It gets cooked up into uranium ingots. Uranium ingots get crafted to uranium. So now we've got a supply for the reactor, which has still only gone down a little tiny bit. Not bad. Alright, so we've got an ore doubling system ready without having to do the manual grinding, which I'm actually going to take this out, get a bit more of the iron ore, and get this to work. and cook that up. But I am running short on a few things. Like, I think I've only got 1 gold left. 8. I've got 8 gold. That's it. So I'm going to go to the mining age and bring along my mole. And probably the strong boxes would be excellent. I can use those to store what it collects. So I'm going to go do that off camera, because that's just mining and not exciting. But I'll be back when I can do more stuff. With more stuff. Stuff. But no things. See you in a bit. Okay, time to get going with some wood. What we've got here is the wooden chopper from Progressive Automation. Now, the recipe for this is quite cheap. Chest, furnace, wooden axe, and some logs. It can be upgraded. Let's bring up NEI here. The wooden chopper can be upgraded to the stone chopper. Oops. Which is the wooden chopper with some smooth stone and a stone axe. Then iron, which is a block of iron, and iron hoe. Oh, I jumped. That would be an iron axe and the stone chopper. And then the diamond chopper, which is using a lot of diamonds. But I'm just going to try this out now with the lowest tier and see how it does. The way I'm going to give it some upgrades. This is just logs around some redstone. And you get 1 upgrade. Each 1 upgrade you give it, and I'm giving it 3. So now it has a range of 4, but by range it means just basically how many plants it can harvest. And this is the front, and it goes clockwise around itself from there. So if I now give it some saplings, grab some saplings, toss them in, it now needs an axe. So let me get a wooden axe. I got a bunch here. Toss in the wooden axe. Oh, I put the saplings in the wrong slot. Saplings up here, fuel here, and a wooden axe here. Alright. For fuel, I'm going to use its own fuel, which is fuel pellet. These have a very short burn time compared to, say, charcoal, but they're actually made from charcoal. If you take charcoal and craft it, you get 8 fuel pellets. So it's the same amount of burn time. See, the burn time is 1600. This is 200, but times 8, 1600. So you get the same amount of burn time, but you do it in a smaller package so that you don't waste any fuel. So let's get a stack of that. Toss that in. And there, see, it planted 4 trees. And when they grow, it's going to harvest them and put the wood, apples, and saplings into these 9 slots. That's well and good, but I want to automate it so we can get lots of these things. So I've been digging out a little trough here. That's as far as it needs to go. And I'm going to use the transfer nodes from extra utilities, because I want something to let me move things a little bit farther away so it doesn't interfere with the trees. I'm going to bring that up to a wooden crafter. This is another block from Progressive Automation. It too, see if I can find it, wooden crafter. You can probably guess what its recipe is. Chest, furnace, crafting table. Crafting table is the only thing different. And it too has higher tiers of stone, iron, and diamond. And they can take these same upgrades to make them run faster. But I don't need speed here, so we're going to leave it just the way it is. Oh, by the way, I have increased my inventory upgrade up to stone, so I get, or iron, so I get a 3rd slot. And in this slot, I've got this thing, the item crafter. Unfortunately, it seems to have a bit of a bug when NEI is open. So I close NEI, close and reopen it. There, now this box is correctly positioned. And if you hit edit, this is the item crafter, and it is attached to this tab. If I click the border of this tab, there's nothing in that one, and there's nothing in this one either. But this one, which originally was holding just materials, no tools, but I shoved some stuff in there to clear out room in my inventory. This is just materials, and oh, it seems to... Okay, here, hit edit, and we've got recipes stored in here. And if I have those materials in this spot, I can just reach up and grab the item out of here. So if I need some sticks, I can just grab some sticks because I've got the wood. And I'll use this wood with this recipe to make the sticks. Pretty nice. I don't know how many can stick in there, but it seems to be quite a bit. And that's fine by me. And why am I still getting a speed boost? What do I have? I mean, this thing gave me speed, but it's not in my main inventory. I don't know. No armor. Again, maybe it works from the lesser inventory. I don't know. Anyway, items are going to come out. Actually, I don't want this here. No, what I want here is these two guys. Let me get out my wrench. Because I don't want to craft anything using the apples and saplings. I just want to store them. It will automatically put any saplings it gets into here first before putting them in this slot. Anything in here will get pulled out by the transfer pipe. So the saplings and apples will go here. The rest of it is going to go up. The wood is going to go up. And we'll get to that in a moment. So we're also going to have... See, I need a block here. No, block here. There. Here's one of those crafting tables. And it's going to get a transfer node on it. Like that. And it is going to have a recipe in it. So let's get some... Grab some of this too. The recipe we're going to teach it is like that. Excuse me, not like that, like that. Wooden axes, because this thing needs the wooden axes. So we want to make wooden axes. We're going to fuel it up. Let's go ahead and give it some wood so you can see it running. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. As you can see, it's burning a fuel pellet. And it looks like one fuel pellet. Nope, two fuel pellets. Two fuel pellets gives you an output. And Y is... Oh, there we go. There's a lot of priming of the system here that you have to do with this setup. See, it doesn't stop using its fuel as soon as it's made something. This is why using these fuel pellets, you lose a lot less. Alright, so there's now a wooden axe here waiting to go in, and another wooden axe right here that it's already made, and it's ready to make more with more ingredients. Now, one of the things about what I'm about to build is I don't want lots of extra materials sitting in the system. So I'm going to use these wooden pickaxes that I accidentally made at one point when I had the wrong recipe in there, like I almost did this time, just to take up space. So it'll have room for one stack of planks and one stack of sticks, no more. Now we're going to be filling it. This still doesn't seem quite right. I think I need to move these. Let's move this over too. Come up here instead. I can bury this cable now. Alright, and put the apples and saplings right here. Okay, that gets it a little bit more out of the way. So we're also going to be feeding into this sticks. So those are two new, oh, where is my, there they are. Two new crafters. One that makes sticks right here. And it does it from, nope, I don't want those. Leave those there. I want some more wood. They look too much like planks. Alright. And it's going to need some fuel, and it'll need some spacers too. So let's grab the fuel and a bunch of axes this time. Give it some fuel. Actually, I want to put axes down in here too. There we go. All right, see, it's already making sticks, and they're going in this in here. Get 4 more axes. Oops. There we go. All right, it's going to take its wood, which will only have 1 stack of, make sticks. It'll stack them up in here, and they'll come in here as they're needed. We got that. But this is going to need planks, just like this is. So we're going to use 2 hoppers like that. Again, I need to fill them up. I get a... Oh, I didn't. All right. I need some wood. So 1 stack of wood goes there. 1 stack goes there. Okay, it's still making the sticks. That's why it's using the wood. Oh, no, it's going down here. That's right. I'm going to need some more fillers down here as well. No, don't make more. Okay. Stabilized. So this hopper is pulling from this hopper, which is also feeding to this hopper. To make that evenly split would take a bit of redstone, but we don't care about evenness here, because most of the time the system's going to be static. This is going to be full, this is going to be full, and this is going to be full. In fact, let's fill that one up too, just to keep everything in balance. Alright, now it's going to get its planks from yet another crafter. This one will be taking logs. And turning them into planks. I want it to be full of placeholders too. There we go. And it needs some fuel. Actually, did one of the other ones need fuel too? Nope. Well, it's going to need more fuel. There we go. That one's probably not used hardly any yet. Okay. So it's busy making planks to top off this. So we're going to toss some in there. And it'll get a whole stack over here. I don't think I can put anything in that slot, can I? No. Alright, so this is now stabilized. It's stopped running because it's full up on sticks, as is everything underneath it. I want to make sure everything gets stable like this as I build it up. Alright, now the next thing. This needs wood to come into it. So I'm going to place a hopper right there. And I'm going to bring up my pipes. But I don't want it to go to that first. I want it to come over here. So we're going to add one more machine. Put a placeholder here. It is this, the Better Furnace from Better Furnaces. This is the iron furnace from Better Furnaces. This is a first tier for it. Let's bring up the recipe. It's a regular furnace with iron around it. It has a bunch of tiers. After iron comes gold, then diamond, then hell, then extreme. I think the extreme runs 50 times faster than a regular furnace. Very impressive. I mean, even the hell furnace is pretty fast, but this one is extreme. Then again, whoops, its recipe. Bring it up. Takes another star, 2 eyes of ender, end stone, nether brick, and the hell furnace. That one uses magma creams, blocks of diamonds, TNT. You know, it gets pretty expensive, but endgame, that's going to be a great furnace to have. I mainly got it because of this thing, the piping upgrade, which I've got right here. If we take this and we shift right-click, it lets us choose which sides are which. So we have, let's see, I'm going to want the input of the raw material on the left, the output on the back, yes, and the fuel input on the right. There we go. Now we go inside and stick it in an upgrade slot. So, climb back up here, get rid of this. Can't get up there. And I place this, whoops, come on. There we go. But I don't want it to connect to the wooden crafter, so I've got some glass covers here. Forge micro blocks, and place that there. Where I do want it to go is, instead of directly into the crafter, I want it to go into this hopper, which also is going to need some placeholders, which I'm just about out of. I think I've got just enough here. I'll have to use apples or something for the next place. Alright, so now as the wood, the apples and the saplings go here. As the wood comes up, the first thing it's going to see is the iron furnace, because it's the closest. And it'll fill up the iron furnace's slot here, like so. The remainder is going to go into this hopper, filling up this slot here. Is that thing short of wood? A little bit. Do I have any more over here? I do. Plenty. Tons and tons, because I was testing this out before. That's topped off. That's topped off. Alright, everything's topped off. So, the next step is to get the fuel that this thing is going to be making out of wood. It's going to burn the wood into charcoal. But we want these fuel pellets. So I've got one more wooden crafter. And I've got a transfer node here. So we're going to pull that out. We don't want that to connect. So let's get another glass cover. Right there. And I'm also going to, pretty sure I'm going to want one there. There. And another place later on, I think. We'll go with that for now. So that's going to come out, and it's going to go into yet another crafter. There, you can see it's connected. Piping over the crafter. This crafter is going to be taking the charcoal, and if we give this guy a little bit of fuel, he'll make a bit. Let's get some more fuel for it, and the other crafter. And I want to get a couple of these axes too, so I'm going to need them. Alright, so, yeah, put it in the wrong place. Put it here. Give it the recipe. It's now going to start making the fuel pellets. So the last thing we need to do is get the fuel pellets out of there and into all the other machines. Now, for these crafters, it has to go on the side, and for this thing, it also has to go on the side. So we're going to connect them all up like so. There. And I can use the wrench to keep that one from connecting. This one doesn't really matter, it's going in the bottom, but to make things clear that it's not really connecting there, I'll put a piece of glass. So it's coming out of there. Oh, and we also don't want this to connect, which we can do with the wrench. Alright, so that should now be making charcoal. Let's get a few more of these axes. Yep, it's making the charcoal pellets, and they're going out and filling in the other devices. I want to fill them all up just to make sure everything stops when it's full. All right, this is 57. This also needs some fuel. So what we're going to do is add one more piece of pipe, like that, but we're going to make it one way. So now things can flow this way, but they can't go back. So this thing can't push its axes into any of these machines. But the fuel pellets should be going in here, and look, they did. It's now 64. And the remainder is building up here. So I just need to get the rest of these axes to fill it in, or I can just use apples for the moment. Anything in there that's not part of the crafting recipe is going to stay. Okay, this is now completely hooked up, I think. The only other thing I want to do is get this guy into the mix. Might as well bring him over here with the others. Oh, not quite long enough. That's all right. Put him right there. And all the excess wood, it'll go into the furnace first, then into this hopper, and then down to here. I think that's done. I don't think there's any bad connections that shouldn't be here. So if I get my watering can out here, and just to speed these these trees along, I'm going to put a couple torches down. Why not? Give them a little bit of a watering. There we go. The chopper usually starts from the top, but sometimes if its scan was somewhere else, it might start somewhere else. When it starts from the top, it gets most of the leaves, and there's very few actual drops that are wasted. But because we have fast leaf decay, you can see it sometimes drops leaves, the saplings. It won't be too bad, but there will be some drops that'll stick around here for a few minutes while it's running. If you've got a magnet like I do, you'll be picking them up whenever you walk by. There it goes. All right, so this is getting the lumber, turning it to charcoal. Charcoal's going in here, turning to fuel. Fuel is fueling the furnace, that crafter, this crafter, and the chopper. Ah, it's not fueling this one. It's got to fuel itself. And I think I'm going to have it connect. Oh, I need some more pipes. I don't have any more pipes. Let's move this back a little bit. It doesn't have to be here. Let's do it there. Get those pipes out. And connect like that. That's why I have that piece of glass there. So this stays separate, and that stays separate. Alright, so now it'll fill, well, it's going to fill this one first, because that's first in its path. But really the main one I want to make sure gets filled is the iron furnace, because if the iron furnace isn't creating charcoal, then we might run out of fuel pellets. So, but you get a lot more, you get 8 times as many fuel pellets, so you can't hold as much in each machine. so it should stay pretty evenly filled everywhere. It shouldn't fall behind. I haven't run this for a very long time, but the design seems to be positively stable. It's making enough wood to keep itself running and net a surplus, which it hasn't yet because it's still filling up this. I can top it off with what I've got. It's extra wood that's going to go in there. Let's top that off too. So everything is fully filled except for the charcoal. That's still, yeah, that's still getting loaded. It's at 8. Keep that in mind. So some of the wood should start showing up. Should start showing up in the hardened cache any moment now. As soon as it starts getting the wood. Excuse me. Yeah, I've got a better bag. That's this bag right here, adjustable bag from Better Chests. One of the upgrades it has is the feeding upgrade, the player feeding. So I put some food in here, these strawberries, and it's going to constantly keep me fed, and it gives me some more storage. So it's got wood, and we've got no wood in here. It's still probably going into one of these. Yeah. The furnace is going through the wood a little fast to catch up on the charcoal. So, oh well, it will get there eventually. But here is a progressive automation with a little bit of better furnaces. You could use a regular furnace there and just change which sides you have the pipes on. I just like this layout. It's fairly compact. Not that the rest of this is compact in any stretch of the imagination. Probably using more transfer nodes instead of hoppers, it can make this a lot neater and less vertical. But I started off trying to use hoppers only, but eventually there was things I needed to move long distances. I want to move all of this stuff back a ways from the wooden chopper so that it's not going to interfere with the tree growth. So I brought in some transfer pipes. You can use other mods transfer pipes. I just went with this because it was easy and I don't have a lot of materials and machines to make like item conduits. But yeah, even at their lowest level, these seem to work pretty well. I mean, the trees aren't going to grow very fast, so everything else doesn't have to be that fast either. Alright, well, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Unless there's anything else back in the base you haven't seen. I haven't been doing too much beyond that. I did play also with the miner from Progressive Automation. I've got a wooden one here and a iron one. These are similar. You give them the tools and fuel, and this takes cobblestone as well. Let's go ahead and I should have wrenched that so it kept its settings, but here, this way you get to see me set it up again. Let's clear out another little spot here. Everywhere there's cobble on the floor, I've already run. So let's stick it down right here. So it needs cobblestone. It needs fuel. It needs a pick and a shovel. And there it goes. It is going to mine everything in a straight line below it down to bedrock. Everything it mines up, it's going to replace with cobblestone. So this doesn't have silk touch on it. So when it mines stone, it gets cobblestone. That cobblestone is going into this slot. So it's recycling this. But as you see, it's going down because for each item it puts over here that wasn't cobblestone, so it uses a piece of cobblestone to take its place. So you'll lose as much cobblestone as you gain in material. So it is now finished, because I'm at level 54 here. 55, yeah, bedrock. So now I can pick it up with a wrench, right-click it with the wrench, move it to a new spot, and it's running again. So you can see I didn't get any ores, except these MCICraft. I might be doing the MCICraft next. I'm curious about that one, see what it's like. Got some tin now. Oh, I was getting lead. So it's almost done with this run. So I can crouch right-click it with the crescent hammer from thermal expansion and let it run some more. Not the fastest, but you can give it upgrades. As it's an iron one, this one will take iron upgrades, and for each iron upgrade you get it'll add an extra column, just like the planner. So the chopper. So the chopper starts directly below, or it doesn't start directly below it starts next to it. This one starts directly below it, and then the next one is next to it, and it goes in a clockwise circle around that. And it's done. So got a couple ores. Got some ferrous, that's nice. This one is just a lot slower, and then of course there's 2 more tiers. The well, no, just 1 more tier. Oh no, no, I'm on the 3rd tier. Wooden, stone. I'm on iron. There's 1 more, the diamond. I just don't want to spend my diamonds on it yet. I'd be better off just upgrading the iron's range so it gets a larger area. But I've also been using the mole, so I have options. Alright, well, I think we'll call it a wrap there. So much new stuff to explore in this pack. I'm really liking this project. It's, everybody's got a different way of progressing, which just makes it far more fun. See what everybody's doing. Let's go over here and toss the ores into this. So you can see it's working well here to double my ores. Alright, called her up there. If you're liking this series, please give it a like, subscribe. Check out the other players here. XB and Brink and Zuljin and Biffa and Woolly Creeper and Jotato and Lumber. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I might have. Got a bunch of people here. They're all down in the description with links to their channels. So take a look, see what they're doing with these mods, and leave comments if you have any suggestions of what to do. You've seen the list of mods. If there's a particular mod or item in a mod that you want me to take a look at, let me know, and I'll take a look. So, this is Nonsanity signing out. Take care, be good, and see you next time.